The wonderful world of animals is very diverse and rich. Nature never repeats its creations twice. Today we will see 12 of its rare creations, unique animals that have remained in single specimens. Some are on the verge of extinction and others appear once in several decades. We will learn the incredible story of the most famous tortoise in the world. Make yourself comfortable and enjoy the world of nature. The Yangtze River was the only dolphin habitat. Almost nothing is known about their lifestyle. For the first time, this dolphin was discovered in 1918 and was immediately included into the list of the rarest mammals on Earth. Until 1920, its number was estimated from 3,000 to 5,000 individuals. According to scientists' calculations, there were only about 200 individuals in 1990. Another 10 years passed, and the rapid industrialization of China doomed this species to extinction. The Chinese river dolphins have officially been declared a disappeared species since 2006. In 2006, researchers tried to find at least one such dolphin in the river, but they did not succeed. A year later, in August 2007, a resident of China filmed a large white animal floating in the Yangtze River. The Chinese giant salamander reaches a length of 5.9 feet or 1.8 meters and weighing from 66 to 154 pounds, so it is the largest salamander and the largest amphibian on our planet. The upper side of the body is gray-brown, and the difference in the intensity of the color creates an impression of spotting. It is endangered by extinction due to environmental pollution and targeted destruction. At the moment, the Chinese salamander is met only in a local terrarium. It is considered a species on the verge of extinction. The most famous tortoise, named Lonesome George, was considered the last and only representative of the subspecies of Abagon Island tortoise. Just imagine one such individual in the world. It is believed that this tortoise died out before 1972, but Hungarian scientist Joseph Vagwaldi was found a turtle in the same year on the Pinta Island and named it George in honor of the American actor George Gobel. Since there were no other known representatives of the subspecies of Abagon Island tortoise, scientists chose girlfriends for George from the closest groups. For the search for a partner for George even announced a reward of $10,000. As a result, they stopped at 2 females caught on a neighboring island. During the first 15 years of living together, George did not show any interest in the ladies. However, in 2008, one of the turtles carried eggs. Scientists immediately placed them in the incubator, but despite all the thoroughness of nursing, not a single turtle hatched, and attempts to cross 2 different species were unsuccessful. Being the only one in his subspecies, Lonesome George died in 2012 after living 100 years. And with him, disappeared Abagon Island tortoise. Later, a sad but very emotional song about the most lonely animal on the planet was composed, and it showed the whole story of his life. So Lonesome George became the most rare and famous tortoise in the world. Lobsters. The color of the American lobster varies from dark blue-green to greenish-brown. There are lobsters of unusual colors, for example, blue. Mutation leads to the appearance of blue or cyan individuals. This lobster is found once in 2 million individuals who would rather have constructed several times royal flush in poker than caught such a lobster. There's also a white lobster that meets once only 100 million of its kind. One such was caught in 2010. But fisherman Jeff Edwards from the town of Osile Head, Maine, caught a rare 2-color lobster, one half of which was colored orange and the other half was brown. The chances of meeting another such lobster are far from real. The last northern white rhinoceros, male. Together with him, the Rangers managed to save the last two females. No matter what the big guy does, he eats, sleeps, or walks around safari, the guard always follows him. This is a rare subspecies of an ordinary rhinoceros, and the largest of them. He ceased to exist in the wild in 2008 as a result of the activities of poachers who hunted for their horns. Poaching has reached a large scale in 1960, so the rhino horn could be sold at prices over $75,000 per 2.2 pounds. All this has led to the fact that there were only 3 of these animals in nature by 2014 that were in Kenya under 24-hour guard of armed rangers. 2 females and the last male of the northern white rhinoceros on the planet continue to give hope for the extinction of this rare animal. Javian rhinoceros was a little luckier than the northern white. They are recorded on cameras placed in a special reserve. Sometimes the scientist is happy to face the horned big guy. Today there are left less than 60 individuals of the Javian rhinoceros who live on the island of Java. Most likely you could see the usual tarantula in the terrariums of the zoo or in the wild if you're an outstanding traveler. But you have hardly ever seen the spider with a seal on the abdomen. Spiders are considered the most ancient arachnids on Earth. Their ancestors appeared on the planet about 100 million years ago. When the Chinese farmer Lai Minhua discovered the find, he did not even realize that it was a living spider at the first moment, and thought that the find was an ancient work of art. They showed themselves to people only 6 times. Most of the time they spend in underground holes, closing the entrance to their meek with their hard chitinous disc similar to the ancient seal. Giant squids grow to huge sizes. The maximum fixed length from the end of the fin to the tips of the tentacles is about 54 feet or 16.5 meters. This mollusk has the longest body and one of the largest bodies of all known modern invertebrates. The weight of the Antarctic deep sea squid may exceed 606 to 275 kilograms. Even nowadays, the deep sea squid was almost unexplored and fell into the fishermen's network extremely rarely. The first capture of an Antarctic deep sea squid occurred in the 1970s with the help of a deep ladder and was repeated only in 2007 in New Zealand, where fishermen, according to unconfirmed reports, caught a squid weighed 1,091 pounds, but these are only the indicated numbers. No one knows what large individuals can live in the depths where fishing ladders have never been. White and golden tiger. Nowadays, this unique species can be found exclusively in captivity. The dangerous predator acquired a golden color by crossing different subspecies. In total, about 30 animals of this color live in zoos all over the world. As for the white tiger, the frequency of its appearance is 1 individual per 10,000 with a normal color. Now there are only 130 white tigers in captivity. The Florida panther is the rarest type of puma. At the moment, most individuals live in a reserve, the state of Florida. The population of the Florida panther fell to a critical level of 20 individuals in the United States in the 1970s. One of the main reasons for the extinction of the species is the draining of marshes, their natural habitat. This number had increased to 160 by 2011 after a number of measures. However, this number is still critical. The Florida panther was even nicknamed the ghost of the Wild West, and it is incredibly difficult to meet it in nature. Okapi. What is actually okapi? Is it giraffe or zebra or their cross-section? The animal is quite ancient. It was mentioned in the writings of the ancient Egyptians. Its physique is more like a horse, but the limbs are striped like a zebra. Okapi is found only in the territory of the dense tropical rainforests of the Republic of Congo. is one of the 100 most evolutionary, unique, and endangered species. Evolutionary uniqueness suggests that this species does not have close relatives. The California pig has never been hunted. In fact, the existence was confirmed only in 1985. It can only be found in the Gulf of California and nowhere else. And as there are no more than 300 individuals in nature, it will be even harder to meet them. The California guinea pig is under the strictest protection as a unique species, standing on the way to extinction. These were the 12 incredible animals from our top. Thanks to everyone who watched until the end.